Hey everybody, how's it going? I just wanted to do a quick video on how to apply for your Florida licenses. The main one I'll cover here is the 440, the customer representative license, but you can also use this to apply for your 620, 720, 7020 license. It all depends on what you've completed for a course and what type of license you want, if you want an adjuster license or an agent license. The very first thing you're going to want to do is come up here, go to My Florida CFO, like Chief Financial Officer.com. You'll see this page or one of these pages. It scrolls through a bunch of neat pictures here, but what you're interested in is the Divisions and Offices tab up at the top. Go ahead and give that a click. And then the fifth one down is the Division of Insurance Agent and Agency Services. Go ahead and click that. This is where you can find all the information on the different licenses, compliance, and education. If you don't know what kind of license you want, go ahead and click Licensing and then click List of Licenses and their qualifications. And then you can double check, oh yeah, I wanted the customer representative, the 440 license. Or if you're looking for your adjuster's license, you have your independent resident, your independent non-resident, and your independent non-resident designated home state. This is if you live in a state like Ohio or Pennsylvania or Massachusetts. They don't license adjusters, not independent adjusters anyways, so you would apply for this particular license. Once you figured out what kind you want and what your requirements are, go ahead and click on My Profile over here under Portals, and you're going to have to set up an account. I already have one set up because I already have my adjuster's license, but just go ahead down here and click Create Account, and then it's going to ask you what type of account you want, an individual account. Put in your social security number and then just click Next. If you already have a license, like some other kind of insurance license, you can use the last four of your social and your license number, and then I think everybody has to put in their date of birth. So once you have the account all set up, just go ahead and log into it. You'll have your current contact information, which is your email, your address, and your username. You can view the complete information by clicking here. If you have any licenses already, they'll be listed up here, but chances are you don't. It'll say no active licenses. And in that case, what you want is you want a new application. Go ahead over here and click New Application. And if you don't have pop-ups enabled, nothing will happen. You'll see this little block up here. It says pop-ups have been blocked. So what you want to do is enable pop-ups, and if you're using Google Chrome, just click these three little dots, come down to the settings, and then once you're in the settings, you can just search pop-ups, and that'll tell you where to go. Or if you don't want to use the search, just scroll down to Advanced Settings, should be at the very bottom. Under Privacy and Security, you're going to want to select Content Settings, and then you're going to go down all the way to pop-ups. You can click here, or you can click over on this little caret, doesn't matter. And blocking is the default setting, but you want to unblock. You want to allow pop-ups. Once you have that set, you don't have to save anything. It automatically changes them. You can just close that tab, come back here and click New Application. The first thing you'll see is this page where it's going to ask you if you have printer capabilities, let you know that the fees are non-refundable. The application is valid for 6 months, so you could potentially apply before you finish the course, but I would usually pass the course first and then apply. It doesn't take that long. You have to complete your application. It's not done until you pay for it. People get confused on this all the time because they get to the fingerprinting section and it asks if you want to leave the application and go set up fingerprinting, and they think that's what they're supposed to do, so they close the application, get fingerprinted, and then they wait because you pay for fingerprinting. People think they've paid, and then they're waiting for their application to be completed, and it never is because they've never actually applied. We'll go through that in just a second. The last thing is that they only take Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and Discover. You're going to have to pay a $2.45 fee in addition to the $55 application fee, so it's $57.45 total for your license as of right now. This is, you can see it's June 12th, 2018. That might change tomorrow. It all depends on what they want to do. The next page is going to be your background questions. You're going to have to disclose any criminal history. Hopefully you don't have any felonies and you don't have any misdemeanors. Just be honest if you do. They won't issue you a license if they can't, but they handle everything on a case-by-case basis. So just be honest and that's what you should do. This is going to ask if you ever had judgment withheld. Are you currently on probation? In the past 12 months you've been arrested? Are there any charges pending? Are there any criminal investigations? Have you been named in an administrative proceeding? Most of these are going to be no, but make sure you read through all of these. And then this last one, I understand that I must be fingerprinted. This is where people get confused. You do have to be fingerprinted, and now it asks, oh, do you want to exit the application? No, you don't. You want to continue because you want to apply for the license. You can always go get fingerprinted afterwards. Double check all your answers. Click continue. You're going to be applying for a permanent license. Temporary license are like emergency adjuster licenses. Has to be a declared state of emergency for that. You want a permanent license. Continue. This is going to pick up all of the resident permanent licenses. Now, if your address is out of state, you're only going to see the non-resident licenses. I already have my adjuster's license, so you see the 620 is not available for me. But the 440 is, so we're going to proceed with that. The resident customer representative insurance agent. Click continue. It double checks, make sure you're getting what you want. And then it's going to ask, are you a citizen? Yes. And now here are some of the trick questions. Read these through all the way. Are you applying for a license for the primary purpose of placing insurance on your own life, interests, or that of members of your family? No. That's kind of a conflict of interest is why they're asking you. Are you applying for a license in order to place it principally blah, 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 blah? No. Are you applying for the primary purpose of writing insurance covering a debtor or firm? No. These are kind of like insider trading almost. In the last 3 years, have you held a resident license in any other state? I haven't, but you might have, and that might just be a prerequisite that exempts you from these others. Here it is. Are you currently in the process of obtaining or have you completed the training within the last 4 years? One of the following. The one you've done is the certified insurance representative. If you're applying for an adjuster's license, then it's going to say certified adjuster. It'll have a different list, but you just look for the one that you completed with us. If you click no to this, it's going to ask if you have a degree, and if you can click yes. Upon verification, you will not be required to take the examination for this license. Great. Now, if you click yes to this, it's going to ask you the same thing, but then this one becomes deselected because once you've done this, the degree stuff doesn't matter. Go ahead and click continue. Now it's going to ask, do you want to apply for another license type? Double check this, because if you get here and you see that this is the wrong one, delete it and pick a new one. You'll have to answer all the questions again. That's fine. And then you don't want to apply. You can apply for more than one license type if you want to get the 620 and the 440 at the same time. It's totally cool. Going to double check all of your information. And then you're going to continue on. You have to agree to this statement. Read it thoroughly. I'm not going to actually finish the application, so I'm not going to bother to read it all. And then type your full name here, Benjamin Walsh. Don't just type Ben. Make sure you get the full name. Click continue. It's going to double check your address again. It's going to double check the fee. It's going to tell you how much it is. Remember, there's also that $2.45 fee. They remind you down here. Click continue. Click OK. And then enter in your payment information. What kind of card do you have? The name on your card number, and just follow the rest of these prompts and it will tell you that your license will be processed. Once that's done, you're going to come back to this page and it's going to say you have a pending application. It'll have a number. And you can check the status of that application by logging in to your dicefldfs.com site, your profile, your portal. And that's it. It's fairly simple. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, area code 214-329-9030, and then press 2 for support. Don't press 1, because 1 will take you to the sales guys, and they will just send you over to support. If everybody's busy and you can't get through, go ahead and leave a message. We respond to the messages in the order in which they come in. So if you don't leave a message, you'll probably not get a call back. The other thing you can do is you can email us at support@adjusterpro.com if you have any questions. And you can also email agent licensing at myfloridacfo.com if you need any assistance. They also have step-by-step guides and emails. Step-by-step guides on how to apply. But sometimes a video is a little bit easier, so we were hoping to help. Hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.